Plastic surgery is not your choice. Today, I'm talking to every woman, man, or any human who's ever been caught up in the whole drama of how they need to get plastic surgery or get Botox or do something to fix themselves. This video is going to talk about how you getting plastic surgery is not exactly your choice. I'm going to go in depth on how these ideas are being planted in your head, and you need to be really, really cautious about what you're consuming and how this world is making yourself into a product and how you keep hurting yourself because of these things. So I'm going to talk about how plastic surgery is not your choice. It's not. You might think it is, but it is not. You have no idea how you're hurting yourself, traumatizing yourself, and making yourself go through so much because fake things, fake ideas have been planted inside of you. Now, the biggest argument that I get is that there's something called choice feminism and people should be allowed to do whatever they want. Right. I agree. I 100% agree that people should be able to do whatever they want, but what do you do when something you want is not necessarily your want? Because plastic surgery is one of those things that is not your want. So if you go ahead and give me the argument that it's about equality, it's about feminism, and choice feminism is a thing, then I will tell you that it absolutely is, but this is not your choice. You have been shaped to think that certain things are your desires, your needs, but they're not. They're planted by institutions like capitalism, social media, even religious institutions and other oppressive systems. The first thing that I want to talk about is what you're experiencing here is psychological oppression. Now, what is psychological oppression? This is a kind of oppression where you have internalized it so much that you think that it is the norm and it is your idea. That you don't understand that you're being actually oppressed. A very historical and easy example of this is how women compete with other women and they become mean to other women, they become pick-me's because they have been told that they need to compete with other women to get the approval of men. Now, if they don't get the approval of men, their lives are not complete. So that is their personal goal and they internalize it. They think that their value is tied when some man recognizes the value in them. So what they do is that they compete. They think this is what they need to do. This is what's good for them. So you see how patriarchy makes the women think that, oh, it's my choice. I need to do this to be chosen. But the problem here is that you were told something wrong. You were brainwashed and you were asked to think something that is not good for you. The same thing happens with racism. A lot of the times people who are poor or come from racialized communities, they are told that, oh, you have to work hard. You have to do something to get out of this. Whereas the truth of the matter is that they are a victim of systemic oppression and they are told that this is their fault and they need to do something when they don't even have access to the education, to the healthcare, and everything that is needed for one person to succeed in life. They don't have none of that and they're being told that it's their mistake. So psychological oppression is a situation where you don't even know that you're being oppressed. You don't know that you're being harmed. And this is exactly what's happening to you when you feel the need to get plastic surgery to look prettier. Your fear, shame, insecurities, and vulnerabilities are used against you. Everything is used against you to manipulate you. Now I'm going to talk about how capitalism is using you to make money. We have tried everything to make money. Everything has been tried and tested. You have all the expensive bags. You have everything to make money. And now people are running out of ways to make money, right? There's no other product to sell because every other product exists. You go on AliExpress, you'll see any and every product that you've ever dreamed of is there, 50 cents each. And you can buy it. So there's no product to sell, right? So what do you sell? Who's the product? You're the product. For capitalism, you're the product now. And you know what they do? They'll make you think there's things wrong with you. Your nose is not perfect. Your ears are not perfect. And what did I recently see? Oh, necklines. Your necklines are not pretty. You're getting too old. You look too old. Oh, you're 20, you look 30. So this makes you think, oh my God, there's so many things wrong with me and I need to fix these. So you go ahead, you get Botox, you get lip surgery, you get this, that, collarbone stuff, liposuction, you get skinnier arms. And you know what's happening with that? You're not getting prettier because prettiness doesn't come from changing something or getting other people's opinions on how pretty you are. What's happening here is that these people who are butt ugly, they're making money off of your insecurities. They're filling their pockets. They're filling their pockets and they're going on their vacations and enjoying life without changing a thing about themselves because they know they don't need to change. Why are all these plastic surgeons not doing plastic surgery on themselves? Why do they not want to be pretty? It boils down to one thing, which is money. By getting surgery, you're not making yourself look pretty, you're not empowering yourself, you're filling somebody else's pocket and they're using that and buying new shoes and other things and going on vacations. That's what you're doing. And you're not only doing that, you're creating 1,000 more insecurities for yourself. You have to understand that you're an animal. You're an animal, you're not an AI robot that you're supposed to change things. You're an animal, you're not supposed to look like something. You're supposed to age naturally and then die. Nature did not make a mistake with you. Nature doesn't make mistakes. It's like, think about if you were a tree and you were growing mangoes and a mango ripens and it falls, right? Now imagine you don't want the mango to ripen, so you inject it with chemicals. God forbid, you would never eat that mango. You would not. You would never eat a mango that has some chemicals in it. But that's exactly what you're doing to yourself. You are a part of nature. You literally work because you take oxygen from trees and trees take carbon dioxide from you. You exist because you are in harmony with nature and then you fill yourself with chemicals. That is not a part of nature. You wouldn't eat a mango with that and you do this to yourself. Imagine dogs started having a dog beauty standard. Would you take your Chihuahua and get it Botox to look pretty? No, because all Chihuahuas are pretty even if they don't look the same. Because nature doesn't want you to look like clones. You're not supposed to look like clones. This is dystopian. I don't understand how this is normalized or you thinking this is normal. This is not. This is dystopian. Would you ever get your dog Botox? No. And how do you get yourself Botox? Aren't you tired? This is not nature. This is manipulation. Aren't you tired of following these beauty standards? Aren't you tired of doing this to yourself? Aren't you tired of not being able to say, just stop? Stop. Like, shut up. I am pretty the way I am. Don't you think you owe that to yourself? Think about this. If somebody tells you that you need to fix something about yourself and you need to change this, that person is ugly inside and outside, first of all, and you are listening to this ugly person and changing something about yourself. Do you really want this ugly person to think you're pretty? Do you really want this ugly person to think that you're amazing? Why do you care do you care about this ugly person? This person who is so insecure that's making you think you need to change, a human needs to change something about themselves to fit something and be pretty. Do you think you need approval from a person like this? Do you not feel ashamed that you need approval? Your soul needs approval from somebody like this? You need to question yourself. You're not supposed to look pretty to everybody. You're not. These people that are making you feel bad, feel ugly, they are the scum. They are scum. Do you want scum to think you pretty? Do you want shit to think you're pretty? And it's all fake. It's all fake. Even after lighting, makeup, And after that, Botox, surgery, everything's fake. Everybody needs the next thing, the next thing, the next thing, the next retinol, the next this, the next that. And you just keep needing it, and it never ends. It never ends. And you're going to keep needing it because they're going to keep making you think that you need it. And as Buddha said, needs and desires are never coming to an end. Never. The point here is that you don't need anything. You can't argue with me that you need one thing. You have everything to make yourself look pretty, your art. You have makeup, you have dresses, you can do anything. You take good care of yourself, you go do your health stuff, you exercise, you take care of yourself, you're already the prettiest. You don't need one thing. You can't tell me you need one thing to inject artificially something. You don't need one thing to harm yourself, your mental health, your inner child, to tell you that you need something. You don't. Changing yourself to fit an arbitrary standard is harming yourself. It never stops. What next? If chopping your arms becomes the next beauty standard, you're going to chop your arms off? Is that the next insecurity? Or are you going to reshape your skull? If you keep accepting and acting like you're not enough, they're going to keep selling you things. At one point, you have to just be exhausted and say, stop. Just stop. And the saddest part is, even if you make it, even if you someday you feel like you fit the beauty standard, you're still not going to get real love from these people. Somebody who needs you to become something to be loved doesn't love you. They don't love you. Ultimately, don't you need love? That's what you need, right? You need love and approval. That's why you're trying to change your beautiful features, you were born with. Because you need love and approval from others. So you'll do whatever they ask you to do. I think there's just a lot of other things to think about here. About giving yourself more love and affection and telling yourself that it's okay. You don't have to always try and keep trying to reach something. When do you just be? Just be what you are in this moment. Just be. You are already perfect. You are. And how you look is not what you are. There's so much more to you. And now you've reduced yourself to a product. Freedom isn't doing whatever you're told to do. You're doing what you're being fed to do. So you have to understand what is your choice and what is not. You have to start being kind to yourself and really figure out if you need this thing. You consume, and you never let it think that, do you really need to consume this? So coming back to it, I just want to say that you're being manipulated by media, society, and the whole world to keep doing and doing, because when you do, it's filling somebody's pockets. When you do anything, when you go shop, you're filling somebody's pockets. When you go eat, you're filling somebody's pockets. When you go to the park, you're filling somebody's pockets. When you go to the doctor, you're filling somebody's pockets. When you go to the coffee shop, you're filling somebody's pockets. And when you go to get surgery, you're filling somebody's pockets. You're not helping yourself. You're not helping yourself in any way. You're only harming yourself and telling that you need more or less when you don't need anything. You are good the way you are right in this moment. And you have to tell yourself, you have to put that in your head that you don't need to fit the standard of ugly people that are scum. You don't need to fit their standard. That's disgusting. I would rather stand up against the whole world. Even if they think I'm not pretty, I know I am, and I will love myself because that is the truth. Even if 1 million people think something's true, but if it's not my truth, then it's not my truth. My truth is just my truth. So you have to decide if you're pretty or not. You can't let other people to do it. And If you still after that think that there's some things you need, then go ahead. But you have to really understand what is your choice and what's not. What is your decision and what's not. You have to read more articles. You see how these people are coercing you to become what they want you to become. It's not what you want to become. When we start paying attention, only then we can understand how we're being victims here. All the psychological stress, it must be exhausting. I am exhausted. I'm exhausted learning about what's wrong with me or what I need to. I don't care. Don't care. You're going to tell me I'm not enough. You don't even exist in my reality. What are you going to tell me? You don't even exist. That is the attitude you should be having. How does anybody have the audacity to tell you something about yourself? You clog that. And then you tell them that I'm not going to listen to you because I know what I am. Don't let anybody tell you what you are. That's your job. That's your only job. That's the only job you need to do. Also, can we talk about how jobs are just fake? Like most jobs are fake jobs. Cop jobs are real. Doctor jobs are real. Lots of marketing. Alright, so this is what I wanted to talk about today. And girls or guys or whoever's watching this, you literally are perfect. I can't put more emphasis on that because there is no standard. 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 You are perfect and you don't need to change yourself. You don't need to get nothing in your face, in your body, in your anything. You need to think about your loved ones. You need to think about the world and you need to think about how you need to make real change in real things. That's all for today's video. I hope you guys liked it and feel free to debate me in the comments and ask me more questions because I'm open to answering, because I've done a lot of research on and a lot of studying on power and oppression, and I recently did a research paper on religion and oppression. So this is something I'm really passionate about, and I can talk more about how capitalism and oppressive systems really go into hermeneutical injustice and how we become victims of testimonial and hermeneutical injustice. I hope you guys take care and remember that you're perfect. I don't know, I can say it like 1,000 more times, but that is the truth. Don't listen to ugly people. People are ugly who tell you to change yourself.